Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celsius 233, your go-to place for fiction book summaries. Today, we will embark on a journey through Tom Sawyer Abroad by Mark Twain. Tom Sawyer Abroad by Mark Twain follows the adventurous trio of Tom Sawyer, Huck Finn, and Jim as they embark on a fantastical journey in a hot air balloon. The novel, a sequel to the adventures of Tom Sawyer and adventures of Huckleberry Finn, takes the readers on a thrilling and imaginative voyage that spans continents and explores themes of friendship, bravery, and the thirst for adventure. Plot summary. After their daring adventures down the Mississippi River, Tom Sawyer grows restless. The torchlight parades and speeches in their honor have become mundane. Tom craves more. His curiosity leads him to a peculiar sight on the outskirts of St. Louis, a strange, elaborate balloon built by an eccentric professor who dreams of flying to Europe. The townsfolk mock the professor's invention, but Tom, with his insatiable thirst for adventure, convinces Huck Finn and Jim to sneak aboard the vessel. They marvel at its complexity. The balloon is unlike any they've seen, with wings and fans giving it an otherworldly appearance. Before they realize it, the balloon begins to rise. In their excitement, they fail to notice the professor sealing the hatch. As the ground falls away, their hometown becomes a mere speck, and an involuntary journey begins. The professor, though initially surprised by the stowaways, warms to the idea of having an audience. He proudly demonstrates the mechanics of his creation, revealing a new form of power that surpasses steam, and he teaches Tom how to steer. Tom takes to the controls eagerly, directing the balloon near treetops and across rivers, their shadow racing across the land below. They look down at astonished farmers and townsfolk who can only gaze up in wonder as the fantastic contraption passes overhead. However, as they journey further from home, the professor's demeanor changes. He becomes erratic, swinging between elation and paranoia. His dreams of triumph are tainted by memories of ridicule. The initial thrill gives way to an undercurrent of tension as Tom, Huck, and Jim begin to sense danger in his wild eyes. The professor talks of crossing oceans and navigating uncharted skies, but his ambitions seem increasingly unhinged. The sky darkens with an approaching storm, and the balloon is tossed by powerful winds. Thunder cracks around them, and the professor's ramblings grow more frantic. In the chaos, he lunges at Tom, intending to throw him overboard. A struggle ensues amidst the lightning flashes and howling wind. Huck and Jim join in, fighting to save Tom. In the ensuing melee, the professor loses his footing and plummets into the churning sea below. Shocked and shaken, the trio is left alone in the balloon, now their sole responsibility. The storm rages on, and they huddle together, trying to regain control. Tom, the quickest to recover, takes charge. He fumbles with the controls, trying to remember the professor's instructions. Through sheer determination and a bit of luck, they manage to stabilize the balloon and steer clear of the storm. When the skies finally clear, the sun rises over an unfamiliar landscape. Below them stretches a vast desert golden dunes undulating under the morning light. They have crossed an ocean without realizing it, and now find themselves hovering over what they can only assume is Africa. The realization sends a thrill through Tom, but Huck and Jim are more apprehensive. The desert below seems endless, a world away from the familiar forests and rivers of home. They drift for days, searching for signs of life. Food and water grow scarce, and they begin to feel the gnawing edge of desperation. Just as hope begins to wane, they spot an oasis, a shimmering mirage of greenery in the middle of the desert. They descend, landing the balloon with a soft thump on the sand. Nearby, a caravan of camels and traders watches in stunned silence as the strange craft touches down. The locals, dressed in robes and turbans, approach cautiously. Though they cannot understand each other's languages, gestures and shared curiosity bridge the gap. The traders are hospitable, offering food and water. Through broken communication and hand signals, the boys learn they are near the Nile, and the traders lead them to Cairo, a bustling city of ancient wonder and modern life. In Cairo, Tom, Huck, and Jim are wide-eyed at the marvels around them. The towering pyramids, the grand bazaars filled with spices and silks, the call to prayer echoing through the streets. Tom, ever the leader, declares they must explore this new world. They tour the ancient ruins, climb the great pyramids, and gaze upon the Sphinx with awe. Each day brings new discoveries, each more astonishing than the last. They learn of pharaohs and gods, of a history stretching back millennia. Tom, with his love for grand tales, imagines himself a part of this ancient world, a boy king among the sands. But not all is wonder and discovery. The boys' adventure takes a dangerous turn when they encounter a band of thieves in the narrow alleyways of the city. The bandits, seeing them as foreign and wealthy, attempt to rob them. Using quick wit and courage, Tom devises a plan. They lead the bandits on a wild chase through the labyrinthine streets, using the confusion of the bazaar to their advantage. Huck's knack for improvisation and Jim's strength prove invaluable. In the end, they manage to outsmart their pursuers, slipping away with their belongings intact. Their hearts pound with the thrill of narrowly escaping danger, and the incident cements their resolve to return home. They have seen enough of the world to last a lifetime and are ready to return to the familiar. Returning to their balloon, they prepare for the journey back. Tom, now adept at steering, sets the course with confidence. As they ascend, the desert and city fall away beneath them, replaced by the vast expanse of the Mediterranean Sea. Days turn into weeks as they retrace their journey. They encounter calm skies and fierce winds, marvel at the endless horizon, and reflect on their incredible adventure. At long last, they recognize the familiar contours of the American landscape. Tom guides the balloon down, and they land with a jolt in a field just outside their hometown. As they clamber out of the balloon, they are greeted by a crowd of astonished townsfolk who had given them up for lost. Their return sparks a wave of excitement and disbelief. They are heroes once more, having crossed the ocean and returned with tales of distant lands and daring escapades. Back in their familiar surroundings, the boys are different, wiser, more aware of the world beyond their small town. Tom's eyes gleam with the knowledge that adventure is not bound by rivers or forests. It stretches across continents and seas. Huck, though happy to be on solid ground, carries with him the memory of pyramids and bandits, a story that will be told for generations. And Jim, who has seen and survived so much, returns with a deeper understanding of friendship and freedom. Their journey has been more than a mere adventure. It has been a passage into the wider world and into the deeper recesses of their own hearts. Though they are content for now, the horizon beckons with the promise of more. For Tom Sawyer, Huck Finn, and Jim, the world is full of places yet to be explored, mysteries to be unraveled, and adventures waiting just beyond the next bend. That's all for now, but if you're loving Adventures of Tom and Huck series, there's more waiting for you. Find the other books by Mark Twain in the description or on Celsius 233. Remember, while our summaries capture the essence, they can never replace the full experience of reading the book. If this summary intrigued you, consider diving into the complete story, buy the book, and immerse yourself in Mark Twain's original work. Bye-bye, take care, have fun.